Anything in life that you put your mind to, you can do. The world is your oyster. That's all I tell people. And I really have a grasp of that being that I nearly died. It's this and it's heaven. While you're on earth, especially if you're not incarcerated, you got to take advantage of this. And that doesn't mean for everybody to be a rapper, for everybody to be a producer. Do what you do to the fullest and live your life and just be happy. When I had my accident, I found out at that moment, nothing in life is promised except death. I feel like everything that anybody ever said in life would be a disadvantage to me, I'm gonna make it my advantage. If you had the opportunity to play this game of life, you need to appreciate every moment. A lot of people don't appreciate their moment until it's past. Just the fact that I'm willing to fail is an inspiration. People are so scared to lose that they don't even try. Like, one thing that people can't say is they can't say, I'm not trying. We're all gonna die one day. Live like that. Live like you could die tomorrow. You know, go for it. Everybody wants to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know. But I would say that I was one of the best. My father asked me that question back when I was 15. I was maybe I was 16. He said, I was a photographer back in Atlanta, and I'll say that, you know, I was pretty good. I wasn't one of the best, but son, what do you think you stand? And I looked at him, I said, I am the best. And this was 16, and that was a little delusional.
Where do you think that came from, this sense of?
From my grandfather on my mother's side. If you could hear him talk.
He believed in himself.
He believed in himself, and he believed in other people around him that believed in him. If you have a dream and you're good enough, because sometimes people, it's a difference between a dream and just being delusional. Don't just drop out of school. Like, I was already making money in the music industry. I had a platinum plaque before I dropped out of school.
Right.
And I had a deal on the table with Columbia, with Sony.
Right.
And I flew in, and I remember saying, I'm gonna be bigger than Jermaine Dupri. I'm gonna be bigger than Michael Jackson. I'm gonna do it the way I wanna do it, you know what I'm saying? And with the backing that I get, I don't think it's a way that I could really, I'm not gonna say it's not a way that I could fail, but hopefully with God's blessings, and I got Chicago on my side, it shouldn't be no way for me to lose, really. And you know, people can write all they want, but what are people doing? And if there's anybody that's out there doing, they know how hard it is to actually do. It's crazy that we live in a world that if you're super positive and super creative, that it's scary. So what does that tell you about the mentality of most people?
Is there any limit to your ambition?
No.
Or any limit to what you think you can achieve?
No. Well, no. I always felt like I could do anything. That's the main thing people are controlled by. Thoughts, their perception of themselves. They're slowed down by their perception of themselves. If you're taught you can't do anything, you won't do anything. I was taught I could do everything. And I'm Kanye West at age 36. When you're the absolute best, you get hated on the most. But never stop fighting. No matter what anyone says, no matter how they try to compromise you, compromise your vision. If it's in your gut, if it's in your soul, there's no worldly possessions that should come between you and your expression. As a race, human beings, we're a blip in existence. Death is promised. So what do you do with your life? How do you make the most of it? How do you make your voice the loudest?
My mom always taught me you have to believe it first. You have to believe it first. So what's when I had to believe that I could make it into the game first. I was on the first place, and I believed it, and I willed it. And they say overconfident, like that's a bad thing. I think overconfident, that needs to be a bad word. How can you be overconfident?
I am the #1 most impactful artist of our generation. I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google. Now who's gonna be the Medici family and stand up and let me create more? Or do you wanna marginalize me till I'm out of my moment?
You should be overconfident. You should have more confidence. You should have more confidence in yourself.
it's for me to have this platform and express exactly what I feel, because it's kids out there. It's kids that are going to save the world through engineering and through facts. I've got to download as much of the information and as much of don't be afraid to state your facts. Use your youth. Use this time you have right now to learn as much as possible, to educate yourself, to hone your craft. Trust your gut, trust your instincts, because that instinct is who God made you to be. Not, what lines up with your like frat brothers, or what lines up with what your dad wanted, or what lines up with your classmates, or, it's just God has something inside of you. And when you walk down the street, you're thinking about it, and then you just see it in the window. And you go down another street and you see the same thing, or you're thinking about a number and that number pops up, or you see it on a license plate. And that's just something is trying to say, be the maximum be the maximum you. And God won't give you anything that you can't handle. So for me, everything is a yes. I think they say be like water. I know Bruce Lee said that. Or matter of fact, just be, because we are beings with engineering opportunities. People want to keep things the same, and people want to change it because they're afraid. But what I want to just say to everybody, man, you don't have to be afraid of change. I'm an empath. I want the best things for everybody. And I do feel like there's a blue water where there's places that we can agree on. You have to move based on opportunity. If you have an opportunity to make a living at exactly what you dream about, you have to pursue that at that time when it's there. If the opportunity isn't there, just keep educating yourself as much as possible so that when the time comes, you'll be even better at that dream that you had. I think that my mom would trade in every single Grammy, BET, every award for her son to have a doctorate, being that she was Dr. West. I think very three-dimensionally. I don't think in the black and white lines that I've been programmed to think in. And I think in full color. So when I talk, I have to describe a thought in 5 ways. We enjoy food that has multiple seasoning in it. We enjoy music that has multiple instruments. So when I talk, it's not a rant, it's a symphony of ideas. And when you collect them, you say, oh, these are all these things that connect. Yeah, I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. Go listen to all my music. It's the codes of self-esteem. It's the codes of who you are. If you're a Kanye West fan, you're not a fan of me, you're a fan of yourself. You will believe in yourself. I'm just the espresso. I'm just a shot in the morning to get you going, to make you believe that you can overcome that situation that you're dealing with all the time. There's 2 people, the man who thinks they can and the man who thinks they can't, and they're both right.